You got a question? You was looking like you had a question. What's your nationality, man?
Nationality?
Yeah, what's your nationality?
I come from China, but I've been living in the States for more than 10 years.
Oh, you come from China? Oh, okay. Well, you would be a Moabite considered on the 18 nations chart, right? You know your biblical nationality? Right here?
I don't really know.
Your biblical nationality, he come from China.
Yes, I guess that's the one. That's this one?
Yeah, right here. You'll be a Moab.
No, Moab.
Right.
What is that?
Those are the Chinese. That's the biblical nationality of the Chinese. Okay, well, give me Deuteronomy 23, verse 3. Okay, this for you and your people. You ever heard of the Silk Road slave trade? Silk Road. You ever heard of that slave trade?
Yes.
Right. That's when your ancestors had our ancestors in captivity.
Oh.
Right. And you know that we are the children of the Bible, right? We're God's chosen people. This is why we are at the bottom of society. This is why we are hated by all nations. Like, all nations hated our people.
Oh, why?
Yeah. The Bible says we went into captivity under all nations in the Bible. Right? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 3. An Ammonite or a Moabite.
Ammonite is, if you look on this sign right here, Ammonite would be considered Japan. Ammon. Moab is Chinese, right? So read that.
Start from the top, Bob. Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 3. An Ammonite or a Moabite should not enter into the congregation of Yahweh.
An Ammonite or a Moabite should not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Yahweh is the Most High God. Because of your people taking our people, give me Lamentation 5 and 7, into captivity. Give me Revelation 13 and 9. Read that one more time for the guy.
Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 3. An Ammonite or Moabite should not enter the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation. They should not enter the congregation of the Lord forever.
Right. So give me Revelation 13 and 9. Because in the Silk Road slave trade, your forefathers, they had our people, picking cotton. You know what I'm saying? They had the Israelites, the Jews of the Bible, right here, the 12 tribes. All of these nations would be considered the 12 tribes, right? They had, in the Silk Road slave trade, they had them picking cotton, right? So God said they would have to be judged for that. You understand that? So give me Revelation 13 and 9. Start at 9.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity should go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Right, we are the saints of the Bible. The saints are the Israelites. So the Bible says, he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. Right? So when Christ come back, he's going to gather up all of the heathens who we was captive in all nations. He's going to gather up all of the heathens, and they have to go into captivity for what they did to our people. Right? This is why a lot of people, now you might say, well, I didn't do anything to you guys, right? That's what you might say, but you're reaping the benefits of your forefathers and what they did, right? So give me that, Lamentation 5 and 7.
The book of Lamentations 5 and 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have been born through their iniquities.
It says our fathers have sinned, right? So we have to take on their iniquity, right? Because that's what happened with us. Our fathers have sinned when they didn't follow the laws and statutes and commandments of God. We have to. This is why we still at the, being shot down like dogs and being treated like we don't have a nationality. We just considered black people the color of a crayon. right? Because our nationality was stolen from us. God said he was going to take our nationality because we didn't hearken into his word.
Listen.
We ain't listen to his word. That's what hearken means. You got that? Give me Isaiah 14 and 21.
The book of Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter.
Prepare what?
Prepare slaughter.
Prepare what?
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
That's what the Most High say he's going to do. When he's come back, he's going to, you know what slaughter mean? Slaughter mean a mass killing. That's what slaughter mean. Read that again.
Prepare slaughter for the children, for their iniquity, for their fathers that do not rise.
Prepare slaughter for the iniquity of their fathers, right? So how do you feel about that?
That was bad.
Yeah, that's bad, right?
That was bad.
So what do you think should happen behind that?
I don't know.
Right. So you think you guys should go? You guys should be judged for what you did, right? Your forefathers, right?
Pretty bad. Yeah.
So you got to go into slavery. The slavery behind that. You know that, right? That's what the Bible says. I'm gonna give you a future judgment out of the Bible. Give me Isaiah 14 and 1, right? Because we would be considered the 12 tribe of Israel, which is God's chosen people. I didn't make that up. Give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1. What I tell you? Hold that 1 second. Give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1. I'm gonna let you go because I know you're looking like confused right now. All right? Deuteronomy 1 and 1. And then jump to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
These be the words that Moses spake unto all Israel, right? Now give me 7 and 6. I just want you to know who Moses is talking to in the book of Deuteronomy, right? He's talking to the Israelites, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? Seminole Indians, right? Because this land was stolen from the Seminole Indians by the Edomites, which would be the Europeans, right? They came and conquered our people as well. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people
We are a holy people
unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that upon the face of the earth.
Now we didn't write that. That's what the Bible said, and we can prove in the Bible that we are those people because we the only people that fit the punishment of those people that God punished, who didn't want to listen to His word. His chosen people turned their back on Him, and He said He would punish them. And we the only people that fit those curses and those punishments in the Bible. God, people were going to slavery into all nations, right? Read that again in Luke 21:24. Read this. Now I'm going to show you how. Y'all will be in the kingdom of heaven. You will be there, but you're going to have to work. You're going to have to sit outside. You're going to have to work. You know, you're going to have to work the cotton fields, man. Like, you're going to have to go through what we went through. Because God not dealing with everybody yet. He's still dealing with His people, which is us. That's why we killing each other out here. This is a punishment that God say will happen to His chosen people. You don't want to listen to me? Then y'all going to be out there killing yourself, and you're going to be hated by all nations. Wherever you go, all of them going to be looking at you like, look at this nigga here. He ain't nothing. That's what every nation think of us. Whether you admit it or not, y'all think that of us. Look at these black niggas. You know what I'm saying? Read that. So, you got that, Luke? Hold up. We coming back. 24. Yeah.
All right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And Jerusalem shall fall by the edge of the sword. You know what Jerusalem at? See Africa right here? Jerusalem right up. This whole region was full of melanated people, our people, the Jews of the Bible. We're the real Jews. These who stole our identity, they stole our identity. These Jews is not from Israel. They was nowhere in that region. This was our people. So it says Jerusalem will be trodden down by the sword because the Romans came and conquered our land. It say Jerusalem will be trodden down, read.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
They shall fall by the edge of the sword, read.
And they shall be led away captive into all nations.
And well, now what? This don't fit everybody. No other nation can say this part right here. Read that part again.
And they shall be led away captive into all nations.
What other nation on this planet has been led away captive into all nations? No other nation but us. We've been the slaves of the earth because we disobeyed our Father. Read.
And Jerusalem should be trodden down in the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
And this going to be happening until the time that the Lord say that the Gentiles is just the other nations. Until their time is up on the earth, this is going to be going on until then. Give me Psalms 83, start at 2. Right? I'm still coming to you. All right, let's get that song. Read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies shall make a tumbling, and they hate thee. They have lifted up their head.
Say that they enemies have lifted up the head, and they hate thee. It's not talking about one of our enemies. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against our people.
You know what crafty counsel is? That's when you like plot behind somebody's back. You scheme on them, you plot on them. It say they have taken crafty counsel. This King David, he's talking to the Most High. He said, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Read.
And consulted against thou hidden ones. Verse 4. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
What did they say?
Let them cut them off from being a nation.
They said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's why my people don't know who they is. That's why they say we black. That's why they say we niggers, we Negroes, we colored, we're black, we're African American. Because what happened? Read that line again.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Because y'all has cut us off from being a nation. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent, and they are confederate against thee.
They consulted together, all the nations consulted together, and they are confederate against thee. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom, that's the Europeans. That's the white people. That's our number one enemy, right? That's why they called them first. This is the Bible. This is the Holy Bible. Read.
And the Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites, it's the Arabs. Read.
Moab.
Moab, that's you. All y'all have cut us off from being a nation, right? The Arabs, the Edomites, they had us in the transatlantic slave trade. You always see the movies of that, right? The Ishmaelites, the Arabs, they had us in the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? Google all these things. And who else?
And the Haggernees.
Of Moab is you. Y'all people had us in the Silk Road slave trade, right? And then the Haggerines, those are the Africans, right? They helped the Arabs gather us up and put us and sold us to the white men. That's why you always hear y'all people say, well, it was other black people that had y'all in slavery too. But those are not really our people. Those are Hamites. You will be in the kingdom, right? But you're going into slavery. You got to get ready for captivity, right? So this is how you're going to get to the kingdom. Read. It's a future prophecy right here.
The book of Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
The Lord will have mercy on these people, Jacob,
and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers,
that's you guys, the strangers.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Strangers gonna be with us, read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're gonna have to cleave to the house of Jacob. Give me Revelation 12:21. 21:12. Read.
And the people shall take them.
We're gonna take you. When Jesus come back, we're gonna take you. The Israelites. Read.
And bring them to their place.
I'm gonna bring you to your place. Read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them in captives, whose captives they were.
And we shall take you captives, who captives there were. That means that you was our captives at first, but now when God come back, that's got to turn around. Now you're gonna go into slavery. Read.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And we shall rule over our oppressors. Right? Jump to 21. Let me show you that in Revelation, right? This is why you have to cleave to Israel. This is why you have to cleave. Read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 12. And I had a wall, a great and high.
It's describing heaven. All right? It's describing the kingdom. Read.
And had 12 gates.
How many gates?
12 gates.
We got 12 gates.
And at the gates, 12 angels. Names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Who?
Are the children of Israel.
On those gates, it's just the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So that's why we just read to you, you're going to have to cleave on to us to get through the gates. And we're going to possess you, man. And you're going into slavery, brother. Well, not brother, but you're going into slavery, man. And this is going to happen. This is the last one I'm going to give you, 14:21.
The book of Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Prepare slaughter, man. You're going into captivity, man. How do you feel about that?
Bad.
That's bad. You ready? So
Read another precept to him.
he want to give you one more before you go. So you going
He bloody, man.
so you're gonna lift weights, right? Make sure you do some sit-ups, some leg work on your calves, and pull-ups, chin-ups. Gotta go into slavery, man. Hey, I didn't say that. The Bible said that, man. Right? Give me Revelation 2:26-27. Right? This is the words of Christ right here, man. Yeah, give me Revelation 2:26-27. These are the words of Christ, man. Read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcome and keepeth my works unto the end,
He that keep the commandments and his works unto the end,
he that overcome and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
he's going to give us power over the nations. Now, he didn't say power over sinners. He didn't say, oh, it's good and sinners. He said, I'm going to give you power over the nations. Read.
Verse 27. And he shall rule with a rod of iron.
He shall rule with what?
He shall rule with them with a rod of iron.
Man, we going to rule that Moabite with a rod of iron, man. Because he ain't going to want to accept. He got to fall in line under these niggas and spicks. I'm not finna listen to them. And the Most High going to say, beat them. I'm going to take this rod and I'm going to say, bop, get in line.
And if he don't want to do it, Most High gonna say kill him.
Hey, he gonna say, give me Luke 19:27. Right? This is what the Most High gonna say. He gonna send this mighty brother right here. To my left, he gonna say, and he ready. He always telling me how they did him at work. They made him mad. They done got my brother blood pressure up. Read that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 27. But those my enemies, wish not that I should reign over them.
They ain't gonna want us to reign over them with the Most High, man. And he gonna send this brother right here who had a rough day at work. And what the Most High gonna say?
Bring them hither.
Bring them hither. And do what?
And slay them before me.
And slay them before me. He don't want to act right after you just put that rod of iron on him?
Kill him, man.
Bring them hither in front of me.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Now slay thee before me. You know what I'm saying?
The worst.
Off with the head of that Moabite, man. With that, man, I say, Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.